Good Monday morning to you. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful snow day we're having in North Mississippi. I know there's several places get this a lot. I recall when we lived in Tennessee, a neighbor of mine had moved to that area from up north, and he didn't care for this white stuff as much as I do. It's beautiful to me to look out over the ground covered in white. We have to enjoy it here in North Mississippi when we get it because we don't get it too often. But as I was thinking about an episode of Monday Meditation, as I was thinking about something to discuss by way of Scripture, I wanted to use this beautiful backdrop as well. As cold as it may be, it reminds me of a passage in the book of Job. Job is a very powerful book, and I think it's a fitting book for us to consider today with all of the things that we have going on around us and the troubles that we see. It reminds us sometimes that we can think those troubles are coming from God when they're actually not. God had confidence in Job, and he says to Satan in the first chapter, "Have you considered my servant Job? There's none like him in all the earth." He was a perfect man, a complete man. He was a mature person when it came to his spiritual well-being, and he feared God and he hated evil. Satan, of course, accuses God and Job, saying he only serves God because he's blessed him with all of these things. He was a very wealthy man, had children, and all of those things. Well, Satan was allowed to take those things away from him, and Job didn't understand. Job thought God was doing this to him, but he knew he had done nothing wrong. He knew he had not sinned. He didn't understand fully. Job's friends come along, as you know the account, and they start condemning him of being a sinner because of these things happening to him, because these things don't happen to just people, they would say. Over and over again, they go back and forth as we read in the text of their conversations back and forth. And it comes to a climax there toward the end of the book in chapter 38 is where I want us to focus for our Monday meditation this morning. And you'll see why as we continue reading this. I'm outside in this snow from this chapter. And so God is going to answer Job and give him some clarity. This is chapter 38, verse 4. He says, "Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare if thou hast understanding. Who hath laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest? Or who hath stretched the line upon it, whereupon the foundations thereof are fastened? Who laid the cornerstone thereof, when the morning stars sang together, or the sons of God shouted for joy?" What's he saying? Job, you think you've got some things figured out? You think you know what's going on? He's put him in his place, basically saying, where were you when I created everything? Do you even understand how the world is hanging? How I've taken care of all of these things? Now, science has given us some instruction and some things, and we were able to study those things, and technology has given us some insight into a lot of the events of this world, which actually, when you truly study science, it proves to us that there was a designer and a creator. But there's a passage that in this chapter in verse 22 that I want us to consider and see why we're out here in this cold. He says, "Hast thou entered into the treasures of the snow? Or hast thou seen the treasures of the hail?" Have you entered into the treasures of the snow? Do you know what's at the core of snow? As I look around and I see the treasure of snow, to me is the beauty of it, the joy that it brings. I hear children laughing and playing with their family out in this snow here in this neighborhood right now. And I think back to many times that we did this as well, getting those snow days to get to stay home from school and all of the things that go along with that. But the treasures of the snow really goes back to the science of it. Do you know how snow is made? And we have that today with our scientific method of studying snow and the microscopes of being able to get down to the core. And we learned that snow, of course, is a grain of dust that moisture has formed around, and it freezes as it's falling to the earth if the temperatures are right. If it's cold enough and the ground's cold enough, it'll stick as it is on our grass today. But that's not the point. The point is, Job, you don't know these things, but God does. And so what is God doing? He's doing for Job what he's doing for you and for me right now today. Even in the face of a pandemic, in the face of hardships and difficulties, he's reminding us, I know it all. He's reminding us, I have it under control. And though Satan may buffet, though Satan may tempt us, though Satan may even persecute us in this world, God's in control. He's got this. Our job is to trust him and realize that we serve the God who knows the treasures of the snow. Are you serving Him? Is He your God? Do you trust Him? If not, how can we truly enjoy the blessings of this life? And certainly we won't be able to enjoy the blessings of the next life. If we can help in any way, that's what we want to do. But I think going back and reading and studying the book of Job is a good opportunity for us to be reminded God is in control. Let Him be in control of your life. If we can help in any way, we want to do that. That's something on which we can meditate this Monday and every day. May God bless you in this snow and whatever this world may give us until we meet again.